Fishing for answers.
All right, how many hours a week do you spend fishing? So basically, I'm in New York this week, and here's how a typical practice day goes. Get up about 4:30 a.m. We have extreme long days here. You fish till almost 9 o'clock. You're in bed about 10 o'clock, and you're back at it again the next morning. So that's a typical day at a tournament.
I'm gonna say on average during the peak time of year, I'm gonna say 60 hours a week. I'm on the water. I'm on the water at least, 60 hours.
It varies a lot. Obviously, whenever we're on the road, tournament season, it's a lot, more than what I would like to add up. And then there's other times, you get into the winter and stuff, not as much, just depends. Had a lot going on in life lately. I probably fished the least in the last year than I have in the last probably 12 years, but trying to get that pick back up and going again. So it varies quite a bit.
Well, the tournament's, it's 6 days, 12 hours a day. 8 to 8 during the tournament, practice is 12, so I don't know, you do the math on that, it's a good bit.
Tournament week, it's daylight to dark on practice. Obviously 8 hours during the competition, but if I'm home, some days I fish a lot, some days I don't fish any, but I would say on average, if my pond's not froze over, I would say I fish out there 3-4 times a week, maybe for 5, 10, 15 minutes, but I fish out there a lot when I'm home.
It really depends on the week. Tournament week, it's 40, 50, 60 hours a week. But when I'm home, it really just depends on the time of the year. In the fall and the winter, I'm kind of in duck hunting mode, not fishing much. But here in the springtime, when I've got time off at home, I'm fishing about 1 to 2 days a week. So anywhere from, 6 to 12 hours a week.
So it's a great question. Tournament weeks, practice days are usually about 12, 14 hours first day, 8 to 10 hours second day, 7.5 hours of competition. Each competition day, hopefully 4 days of competition. So whatever that math ends up being, but that's what it is. But when I'm off the water, not tournament fishing, not a lot of fishing anymore. Why? Because life, fishing, work, all that gets in the way of fun time, catching time.
Not enough anymore. I moved to Georgia. Before I did, and now that we have a house and a lot of chores to do, not as much, but before I would say, 60, 70 hours a week. Now it's probably more like 20. So I got to get back into fishing shape, I guess.
Throughout the course of a year, fishing tournaments, off season, and all that, I would probably say around 30 hours a week. Now during a tournament season time of the year, it's a lot more than that. You probably double, you probably even triple that during the peak of tournament season. But probably on an average for a year, I'd probably say 30 hours a week.
How many hours a week do you spend fishing? Look, obviously you've not watched my career, or you have, and the hours I spend fishing are very minimal, all right? If I'm lucky, maybe 30 hours a week.
70, 80, 90 hours when we're on the road, so there's a lot of variety. Is that that ain't the right word. Whatever, y'all know what I'm looking for. There's a lot of differing, that sucked too. You know what I'm talking about. It's all over the map. Sometimes it's 0, sometimes it's 70, 80 hours.
Fishing for answers.